What is up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to Monster Breakdown, where we go over the ins and outs of the monsters we fight in Monster Hunter World. Today, we're talking about the subspecies of my favorite monster in this series, Rathalos. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's Azure Rathalos, the blue scale dragon. He is the coolest variant of Rathalos and is also so with his mechanics and behavior. So, let's dive in.
That's tasty.
So when I sat down to watch and analyze footage of Azure's behaviors and mechanics, I realized his moves really didn't change. He does all the same attacks, but his animations has changed a little, as did his behavior. Azure is a hyper-aggressive when enraged and will overwhelm the majority of players. So what I'm going to do is link the Rathalos breakdown in the description below, and that will show you all his moves and etc. With that said, for Azure, I'm going to go over his behavior changes and tips how to beat him on a consistent basis solo. I'll give you some of my weapon and armor sets that I've used to kill him and how I've dealt with Azure. Starting with the basic item setup you should go into the fight with. 3 flash pods and 10 bugs, which you should get into the habit of bringing into a hunt against a flying monster. Dunk bombs, as many as you have. You will run into other monsters when fighting Azure. Monsters you should expect in the forest is Ryathan, Anjanath, and Diesel, or the B-52 bomber. As for the recess, you should expect Lavissioff, Dodogama, and possibly Uragan. Number 3, go into the mission with 2 trap tools and 1 crafted trap of your choice. I like shot traps because they can be placed almost on every kind of terrain. Bring these whether you plan on capturing it or not. Free damage is free damage. Number 4, bombs, large bombs or large bomb pluses. You don't necessarily need them, but I use a sleep bombing setup, which I'm going to go over in a minute. Antidotes for when he poisons you. I prefer herbal medicine. It's like using a potion and an antidote at the same time. It takes an antidote and a blue mushroom to make the herbal medicine, if you guys didn't know. And don't forget your potions and etc. Now, before I go into the setups, here are some tips. Save your flashbangs for the enrage. He loves to stay airborne, and that's when he is the most dangerous. Just so you know, Azure's mouth will continue to breathe fire when it's enraged. Stay calm when enraged. Azure can do any number of combinations of his aerial attacks. For instance, he can jump up and throw a fireball below him, then go into a talon swoop, into another swoop, then into a fireball. Azure is crazy when enraged, so get used to it. Now, for the third and final tip, keep your weapon at its highest sharpness when possible. This might be common knowledge, but you take a damage decrease at lower sharpness. The longer the fight lasts, the less items you have, making the encounter harder than it needs to be. Now into the armor and weapon setups I use. Alright guys, on to the first setup I want to bring up, and it is the blast attack setup. Now, for weapon use, whichever you prefer, I have Insect Glaive. I love the Insect Glaive, my favorite weapon. But I also do have the Zora Greatsword, which is really good, but it has negative 20% affinity. And if you guys don't understand affinity, depending on the corresponding number is the chance you have to do that or less damage on crit. So basically you have a chance to do negative 20% damage, or if it's a positive, 20% more damage. It's really nice if you get it in a positive, but negative, that's on you. If you have it, use it, and you want to use it, go ahead and do it. But the only thing you truly need to have is Bombardier and Blast Attack. Right now with my current setup, I have Bombardier level 3 and Blast Attack level 2. I also worn the Zora armor, and I have Zora Magaros Mastery, which means increases your normal status effect damage when landing critical hits. This isn't a necessity, but it does help. Just so you guys know, go over the setup really quick. Zora Headgear Beta, Zora Hide Beta, Zora Claws Alpha, and Zora Spurs Beta. Use whichever midsection you want. You need 2 pieces. You need a Blast Attack from the chest, and you need the Bombardier from the legs. And the Claw also gives you 1 Bombardier. So this is what you need to have Bombardier level 3. Reason why you should not overlook the Zora Magdaros armor is because it's easy to get high rank armor until you plan out your setup. Materials are easy to farm from optional quests that shows up randomly. If you notice it right away, you can complete it twice. It's easily soloed, so give this setup a try. Alright guys, on to my next setup, and it is a sleep setup, which is technically called sleep bombing. It is kind of fun to use, but as you can tell, it's fucking disgusting looking. Like, the fashion is crap. I mean, the chest and the arms look dope together, but the legs, oh, just wait till you see the rest of it. Now, as far as sleep weapon, use whichever you prefer. I like the Rabadon Slab. It's the greatsword from Rabadon. If you guys don't have a sleep weapon, kill him a couple times. Look at the armory inventory. He has some really nice weapons. I also recommend the hammer. If you like hammer, the hammer is really nice. Mine isn't upgraded very much because I just fuck around with it and have a good time. But as far as armor skills, this is what I have. I have sleep attack level 3, sleep build up 20% and bonus plus 10, crit draw, which is an amazing skill for greatsword. Bombardier 2, I gave up one bombardier from the previous setup to get sleep attack plus 3, which makes a big deal. And I also have quick sheath, which is coming from my belt, which is a chainmail belt alpha. Quick sheath is good for greatswords. It's good for weapons that you need to sheath and unsheath rather quickly, like greatsword would be good for. The slash axe, which isn't the best for, but it could be used. Insect glaive is nice for. Now, I'm wearing Diablo's Helm Beta, Band Mail Beta, Van Braces Alpha, Chainmail Alpha, and Zora Spurs Beta. So just so you guys know, I'll give you guys the actual setup. The helm gives you 2. The band gives you 1 sleep attack. The Van Braces give you level 2 sleep attack. Your chainmail again is from the quick sheath. And then your Zora is going to give you the level 2 bombardier. Now this isn't the most amazing setup when it comes to sleep bombing. But when you're mid-high rank and you want to kill Azure for his armor, this is a nice setup to go with. You've killed all these monsters. You have access to all these monsters. If you don't have access to Diablo yet, you can farm him in the rank below. This one, Azure, which I believe is rank 6. I'm going to check while you guys are watching. Optional quest. Yes, so you can farm him at level 6 by doing a actual quest inside the waste, Wildspire Waste. You can find him there. Me and a buddy were using investigation to kill 7 fish, and he would show up. So we just basically farmed him there. Diablos is a tough boss or a tough monster in high rank, so be careful. But I'm going to show you guys some actual footage of me sleep bombing Azure in the background. So enjoy it. I let it run for probably 20-30 seconds. Alright guys, well I showed you some items you should go into the fight with. I gave you a couple tips to help you with Azure. And I've even showed you some armor and weapon setups that I've used to kill Azure. So if it helped and you liked the video, hit the like button down below. If you want to keep up to date with my uploads, hit the subscribe button as well. And I'll talk to you ladies and gents next time. Happy hunting.